of the WWE.
You know, Pat, we talked about
Becky Lynch reportedly replaced by WWE. Becky Lynch was slated to appear on WWE RAW on Netflix premiere last night. It looks like fans will have to wait a little longer to see the man back inside the squared circle. The Irishwoman took a break from wrestling shortly after failing to dethrone then WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan on the May 27th edition of Raw last year. Amidst her absence, rumors surfaced that the former multi-time women's champion was close to re-signing with WWE and would return in time for Raw's Netflix debut. However, the plans didn't come to fruition, and we now know why. According to a report from Bodyslam, Becky Lynch was originally scheduled to appear during the WWE Women's World Championship match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. However, the idea was scrapped, and she was replaced by The Undertaker. The initial, from what I heard, Becky Lynch was scheduled to appear tonight. She was in town. She was scheduled to appear within that Women's World Championship segment. But instead, you got an Undertaker appearance. The dead man made his presence felt post-match when he came out on his bike to celebrate with Mommy. As for Lynch, she is still expected to be back on television soon. Will she challenge Ripley at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event? Or will she go to exact revenge on Dominic Mysterio, who cost her the title in the first place? The road to WrestleMania 41 will be exciting, and fans must tune in to find out when the man makes her much-awaited return. Becky Lynch not to return to WWE after being replaced by 15-time champion on Raw this week. Exploring the chances Becky Lynch could decide not to come back to WWE after being replaced by a 15-time champion on the first WWE RAW episode on Netflix. She had taken a break from wrestling but was supposed to return, only to be replaced at the last moment. This might upset her since her position was switched at the last moment. She could end up saying she's done with WWE, claiming the company doesn't appreciate her, and decide not to come back to the Stanford-based promotion. In case you missed last night's episode, Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan to become the Women's World Champion for the second time. Right after her victory, The Undertaker made a jaw-dropping entrance. He rolled in on a motorcycle, revving the engine to hype up the crowd. Then, the 15-time champion jumped in on Ripley's celebration as fireworks lit up the arena. However, as per a recent report, the phenom wasn't part of the initial plan. Instead, it was supposed to be Becky Lynch making an appearance. The man was in the town and set to show up during the Women's World Championship match, but the creative team decided to change things up and let the 59-year-old have a moment with the Eradicator instead. Becky Lynch quitting WWE after this incident could spark an electrifying storyline, with the man setting her sights on Chief Content Officer Triple H for bringing in a replacement. They could set up an intense backstage moment where she confronts him directly. She might even drop a hint about quitting, which could boost the show's viewership on the streaming platform, while this angle could turn into a captivating storyline. At this time, it's just conjecture. The aforementioned report further stated that the 37-year-old will return very soon to the WWE. So let's just sit back and see what happens. Becky Lynch could go after Rhea Ripley. The man could return next week to advocate for her shot at Ripley's newly claimed championship. The two squared off on the first night of WrestleMania 40 in April 2024. Ripley came in as the Women's World Champion and managed to defend her title against Lynch. Unfortunately, they didn't get a rematch since Ripley ended up with a serious shoulder injury a few weeks after the event. The 37-year-old also took a break from wrestling, so the rematch couldn't come to fruition. But once the 5-time women's champion returns, WWE will likely set up a rematch, especially with the world title at stake. 5 reasons why Becky Lynch is returning to WWE RAW's Netflix premiere. Becky Lynch has been advertised for WWE RAW during a Netflix advertisement for the brand. This came as a pleasant surprise to many in the WWE universe. The man might be returning to WWE sooner than many expected, as a recently aired advertisement for Raw on Netflix during an NFL game had some good news for her fans. Lynch seems ready to return to the brand that has helped her become one of the biggest names in sports entertainment. There are a few reasons why Triple H would bring Becky back to the Red brand on Netflix. She has always been one of the crowd favorites over the decade. Check out the 5 reasons why Becky Lynch could be returning to WWE RAW's Netflix premiere. Becky Lynch's star power in WWE is undeniable. The man has made a name for herself in WWE with sheer hard work. WWE is looking to stack the Raw roster to have a huge opening on Netflix and ensure that the brand continues to deliver on the platform. With that in mind, adding Lynch to the fold makes complete sense. Becky is still one of the biggest female wrestlers in the industry. It would be great to see her back on Netflix after a hiatus, as she can get back in some top rivalries that will benefit Raw and the streaming platform. Raw may have something the man wants. Raw features some of the industry's biggest stars who are performing at the highest level. It also has the Women's World Championship, which has been on the radar of many big WWE stars. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan have already held the title, while Io Sky looks ready to get a run with the gold. Becky Lynch won the title on the April 22, 2024 episode of Raw in a 14-woman battle royal after Rhea Ripley was forced to vacate it. The man could come back for the title, as she still hasn't had a top reign with it. She has the potential to add more value to the title and make it more valuable in the coming months. Netflix and Raw will hope to have her win the title down the line, and she could appear at the premiere on January 6th to make her intentions clear. Triple H has looked to keep couples close together by drafting most of them to the same brand. This has allowed them to work and travel together and enjoy a similar schedule. Seth Rollins is currently a top name on Raw, who is in a bitter rivalry with CM Punk. The Visionary will have a marquee match on the brand's Netflix premiere. It would make sense to have Becky Lynch also appear at the show and continue on the Red brand going forward. The husband and wife could take over the brand and win the top titles later in 2025 to become the biggest power couple in the industry once again. Liv Morgan has held the World Women's Championship since King and Queen of the Ring in 2024. She defeated Becky Lynch to win the title and made a name for herself in Saudi Arabia. On the episode of Raw that followed, the man looked to regain the title. However, she failed to do so and subsequently took a break from the ring. Liv still boasts about being the one to retire Becky Lynch from the ring. The man could return to silence her and punish her for her actions after taking a break. That WWE fans could see Becky Lynch interrupt the match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley on Raw's Netflix premiere. She could end up costing Liv the match and her title while reigniting a rivalry between them. Number 1. Dominic Mysterio will be on Becky Lynch's radar. Apart from Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch will also likely have a bone to pick with Dominic Mysterio. The man got the opportunity to punch the former NXT North American champion in the face.